Hello students! This drawing assignment is to create 4 thumbnail sketches based on Impressionist works of art. So you want to look for 4 different works of art. It could be all by the same artist or you can pick different artists. I've picked an easier one here to show you guys. So for some of you, you might be thinking, it's a bit challenging. Then this still lifes by Cezanne. Some of them are fairly simple and you'll be able to find some things to work with. So this is a little bit more complicated. This is Claude Monet's Sunflowers. And I'm thinking about not color, but light, medium, and dark values as well as composition. And keep all of your sketches very small. Don't make them big because then you'll spend a lot of time and get into all the details, but that's not what you want. You want to just focus on the composition. You can even make it smaller than this if you want. You can make it itty bitty to help yourself not focus on the details, because I don't want you to draw like every petal in a flower. I just want you to go like, okay, what is the overall shape and where does it go in the picture? So even though this doesn't look like 3 people exactly, that's 3 people, but in the painting, some parts of the people look darker, and so I darkened it in as shapes. Okay, and then these are 2 people, but if I simplify it, it kind of looks like 2 L shapes, one forwards and one backwards in the painting. So now I'm going to do this one here, Cezanne, Still Life with Quince, Apples, and Pears. And I have an image that I'm looking at that's off screen so that I can copy the composition. So I'm going to start first by looking at where different things are in there. And I see some fruit in a couple of places. I see one piece about here, one piece about here under it. Another one here, little one hiding. There's a plate. And don't worry about your drawing skills, just look at what you see and try it out. So if you feel like, oh, I don't really know, how to draw really well, don't worry about that. Just think of the basic shapes that you can see and pick something that's within your skill level to do. Because it's really tiny, I don't recommend the ones where there's a ton of people in the work, because then you're there going, little person, little person, little person. Okay, so those are the basic shapes, plus there's a table. There's a line back here for a table that the fruit is sitting on. So now I've got some shapes for the fruit and where they are. And I want to think about the light and dark value. It can be easy to get tricked by color to think like something is lighter or darker. If you have trouble figuring out where the lighter and darker areas are, one thing you can do is take the whatever image you choose and put it into an app and turn it into a black and white image. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's where all the light and dark areas are. So if you have trouble, you can take the color image and turn it into a black and white and then look at it for light and dark areas. Okay, so I'm going to add some light, medium, and dark areas on here now. Starting with the dark areas that I see, the shadow areas. This is the shadow of the plate. Okay, I've got a little extra piece there. It's okay, we can erase it. Bit of shadow here, here, in between the fruit. So I'm just looking at what the artist did. not, an actual thing. So I don't care if it looks like how things look in real life. Just what did this artist choose to do? Okay, so I found all of the dark areas, and then if I press harder with my pencil, I get dark. And then I want to try to find some areas that are medium, and I don't press quite as hard for those areas. Okay, and I want to leave some light areas and check and see if maybe there's just a little bit more like really light shading anywhere to put in. Like, for example, if I think that the table is just a bit darker than the plate for this example, then I can do that. Oh, there's a little bit more medium right there that I missed. That piece of fruit is a little bit darker, so I can make it a bit darker. Okay, and it's about like that, just a smidge more right there, shadow on the plate. Okay, so that's 4 separate thumbnail sketches. Remember to label it with the artist and the title of the artwork that you're sketching from, because you're going to take one of these sketches and make it into your own, and you want to be able to go back to that reference and see what it was again when you're doing the next part of this project.